In this video, we'll talk about focus. Defined focus is related to accomplishment. It may actually fall in the same category as ambition, motivation, leadership, overdriving forces behind becoming successful, but does not necessarily get the attention that it deserves. Often downplayed, the role of focus cannot be sabotaged in an individual ability to be productive. What all this basically means is that you need to be focused in order to achieve something or become successful in your endeavors. But before we get into that, here's a look at what focus really means. By definition, focus is a thinking skill that lets people to start a task without procrastination and then keep it up through the attention and effort until the job is complete. It is the ability to not only pay attention to things that are engaged, but also avoid distractions that will impede the work they are trying to do. In fact, focus is so important to getting anything done that you can't really think without focus. When you hear about things like perception, memory, learning, reasoning, decision making, and problem solving, you know that none of these can be done successfully unless you focus. On the contrary, a wandering mind will make you less effective in your work and your productivity. You will suffer the same, also compromise the quality of work, giving you less than optimal result. Not to forget that you will also be wasting time every instant your mind drifts off. Why do people suffer from a lack of focus? In some cases, a lack of focus may be a matter of interest. For example, take your everyday to-do list. All of it's not very interesting to work, but it needs to be done and improved in order to move ahead. In these instances, you might find yourself stuck, trapped, doing something that you couldn't care less about. Your only obligation may be the feeling that you need to get the job done in order to move on to other things. Note that such a greater motivator, but that's reality. In the real world, things need to get done to make way for other things to happen. It is only natural that your mind will start to drift off in these situations. You may end up finding excuses for not doing a particular thing, say by justifying that you don't really need to do the job right then, or that it's not really that important, or even something like you've got better things to do. But anyway, you dress it up, they are all excuses for procrastination. Which brings us to another aspect of focus. Procrastination is perhaps the biggest hurdle in the way of attaining good focus. When you use procrastination to get out of things, what you are really saying is, I don't want to do a particular task, or that it's secretly hoping that you will just get away with it on its own, it'll take care of itself. With so much going on, it's no wonder that focus gets sidelined and never surfaces to the forefront. And while a lot more can be said about procrastination, we will cross that bridge when we get to it later on in this chapter. For now, it is sufficient to say that procrastination, in fact, is the granddaddy of all excuses, and it will never let you focus properly on any given task. Moving on, while you may be well aware of what is stopping you from focusing, like procrastination, you may not know how to tackle this problem. So here are some tips that may help you. Address what needs to be done. To make focus work for you, you will need to have a clear-cut goal. Call it grounded purpose towards which all your efforts are directed. When you have this reference point in sight, you can apply all your skill sets and decision making to get the job done right. But with this crucial factor missing, you may as well go on a roller coaster ride, because it is clear-cut goals that define what needs to get done. Clear-cut goals also stop you from derailing and prevent you from going places where you never intended to go, like YouTube. Pick out a typical day in your life and think of all the 50 or so things that you need to do. With your mind divided and scattered, trying to deal with all 50 at the same time, you are likely not going to get much done. On the flip side, you may actually neglect to do some of the more important ones as you keep thinking about everything else instead. This is a point of where focus can come and save your day. Using focus work by the process of elimination and prioritize your goals. When you learn to prioritize your goals, you will end up spending your time in more meaningful ways. The important stuff gets done first, and then the not so important is later. Filter out some time eaters also help you to regain control over chaos, and you will no longer feel that you are wasting your time. Address why something needs to get done. When clear-cut goals are paired paired with a sense of purpose, the dilemma starts to resolve itself fairly easily. This sense of purpose will verify why something needs to get done. People are naturally more motivated when they have a reason to do something. With that reason in mind, you will feel more inclined to perform better so you can get the results that you seek. A sense of purpose will also fine-tune your focus as you want to get the best results out of your effort. Also address when something needs to be done. This one ties in with prioritizing your goals so that important things get done first. Knowing when to do what can make everyday living so much easier to cope with. Plus, giving yourself a time frame to work within helps you stay on task. For example, stay focused so you can then have more time to do the other things that you want or need to do. Successful time management lets you take control of your life rather than follow others. Plus, you end up by accomplishing more, performing better, and becoming more successful at what you do. Added perks included a sense of satisfaction and peace of mind. But whether it is prioritizing your goals, finding a sense of purpose, or practicing time management, skills nonetheless can be achieved without good focus. Not everyone masters this type of focus, as it goes beyond what you are doing and demands that you attend to what others are doing and saying instead. This type of focus is especially important in workplace situations or teamwork scenarios where your output is affected by others' input. However, this type of focus is not restricted to professional settings, but is equally applicable to personal and social contexts as well. The type of focus. Having established that ability to focus in a critical element for success is an aspect of life, let us know and take a look at the different types of focus that you will need to develop to achieve that success. Inner focus. Focus on others. Outer focus. So let's look at inner focus. This is the most common of all types of inner focus. Inner focus is the individual's ability to block or out distractions, focus on the present moment and task, and stay calm under pressure. This type of focus develops a person's intuition, gut feeling, and good decision making. The benefit of establishing inner focus allows to stay focused on your skills and manage your own schedule. Now let's look at outer focus. Outer focus goes beyond paying attention to other people and demands paying attention to your surroundings instead. Outer focus is based on peripheral learning and allows a person to think strategically. It also allows for making adjustments to outer surroundings as circumstances around you might change. And that was it for this one. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. We're going to start going over time management next week real quick here, so get excited for that, and we'll start practicing time management skills. And if you guys have any questions, please make sure you send an email or leave a comment, and I'll get right on that. You guys have a good one. Thank you, and have a great night. Bye. Drop.